to another episode of Luke Draws. I've got one and only Nicholas Geer with me here today. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Feel free to come in and leave your comments, ask your questions. We're going to do a little drawing here today. We're drawing this character called the Relentless Tin Soldier. Not just the Tin Soldier, he's freaking relentless. Freaking relentless. We're going to try to get this done in about an hour and a half today. I'm going to talk with you. Nick, you're going to watch the... Is it all right if I call you Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to help watch the chat today and see what's going on, because I'm going to be focusing right here on this screen, drawing this character. So I've already done a little bit of a pre-sketch. I'll show everybody what I did first. So first off, I did a little bit of that, throwing in kind of the shapes that I wanted, and then I gave it some blue lines, turned that down a bit, and then I threw in a tighter pencil on top of that. That's how we do it around here. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to we're going to do that again. We're going to box this up here in a nice little folder. We're going to blue that folder out and then lower that down. And then I'm going to do another tighter pencil on top of this one today. So you have a campaign over on Fund My Comic right now.
Right.
And actually, let's look at that for a second. Let me pull up your campaign. I'll just throw it here on my screen so everybody can see it. Relentless Tin Soldier, issues 1 through 3, and Kid Fury #1.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's two books.
Yeah, tell me about this a little bit.
Yeah, so Relentless Tin Soldier, we're on the third issue. The third issue is actually a crossover of Mark Polton's U.S. Assassin 4, which is actually on Fund My Comic also. If you back both books, you'll get 2 exclusive free trading cards. So Relentless Tin Soldier 3 picks up after Relentless Tin Soldier 2, of course, and then after U.S. Assassin 4. In U.S. Assassin 4, the U.S. Assassin gets some information that leads him to Minneapolis, where Tin Soldier's based, and the story picks up there.
I love this Purple Rain homage.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the biggest hit of the campaigns, that cover.
Yeah, who did that one for you?
So that's Alan Goldman with Shelby Robertson inks and Matt Yackey colors.
Matt Yackey colors. I like this. This is some of the interiors here that we're going to see in the book.
Yep, so that's Mike McMahon. He's the interior artist for both Relentless Tin Soldier 3 and U.S. Assassin 4, or the whole U.S. Assassin series, actually. It's 28 pages of interior story. All the pencils and inks are already completed on it.
Very nice. It's going to be in color?
Yeah, it'll be colored. That's what we're kind of funding, is the colors and the letters.
All right. This is Fury right here, right?
Yep, so that's our second book. That's Kid Fury. Kid Fury is a Golden Age public domain character. In the Golden Age, he's a kid, and his dad's a police sergeant who was killed by a criminal named Fang. And so Black Fury, who's the main character in the Golden Age, takes him in as a ward, kind of like a Batman Robin analog. And in my story, he's ripped through time, dropped into modern age, and no longer has a mentor to guide him.
Okay. Kind of a neat character there. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is that also going to be released under Starcross Comics, or?
It is.
Nice.
So in Starcross Comics, we just had James Nguyen, I believe is how you say his last name. He just brought over his book, Alpha Red.
I saw
just
that.
Announced today.
I saw that. That's pretty cool. So tell me a little bit about the Tin Soldier. I want you to tell me about that. I'm going to go ahead and put that back down there. I'm going to draw a little bit while you tell me about this character, right? So what is the Relentless Tin Soldier? What is he?
So in issue 1, we meet Benjamin Pearson, who's a rookie police officer, and he sets out to take on the Coletta family, which is a crime family setting up their empire in Minneapolis. They're funding the high-ranking city officials with the proceeds of the lucrative drug trade, and so Benjamin Pearson goes after them, and through that, he's inadvertently transformed into the Relentless Tin Soldier.
All right, so he's a cop.
Yes.
You write a lot about cops.
I do.
Why is that?
I've got some personal knowledge of it, and so they say write what you know.
Yeah. So, are you currently a police officer or formerly?
I am currently a police officer.
See, I knew that. That's why I asked that question. I do appreciate what you do keeping people
Appreciate
safe. Being a cop isn't always a popular thing these days, though, unfortunately.
It's not, and that's kind of one of the reasons for the books too, is to because you read a lot of comics where the cops are the bad guys and the dirty cops and all that. So I kind of wanted to do something a little different because if you read Golden Age books, most of the Golden Age characters were either cops or something like that, did detectives or private eyes and
Yes,
we've kind of
sir.
gotten away from that.
I really like watching cop shows. It's one
Yeah,
of my favorite things. Like I like that Law and Order: Criminal Intent. That one's
yeah,
fun. One of my favorite actors is D'Onofrio.
yeah.
He's pretty awesome. Jeff Goldblum did a good job on that show too, but D'Onofrio's my
So when
favorite.
you draw digitally, are you drawing straight onto the tablet? Like I know there's like a
Yep, and this little pen here.
okay, so it's basically just like with a pencil and paper.
Yeah, yeah. And I use I got my different tools over here on the side that I pick, just like if I were drawing, and I had it, just in the pencil,
So
in the
what
pencil jar
program
next
is
to
it
me.
that you draw in?
I'm drawing in Clip Studio Paint right now. I like that one. I used to draw in Photoshop all the time, but
Hmm.
Adobe products started getting real glitchy on me, and I'm not a big fan anymore.
Did it take a while for you to get to where it was as easy as pencil and paper for you?
It did when I first started doing digital. I didn't have any, I didn't have this display like what I have now, you know. So when I was drawing, it was very much disconnected. I had a little pad down on the table and I had to look at the screen. And it was kind of frustrating, doing that. So I always liked drawing traditionally better. But I also had problems like I didn't have access to a big scanner,
Right.
and so what I would have to do in order to do my pages was I would have to use regular Bristol board, but like 8x11 Bristol boards, and then like do my panels, and then scan my panels and put them on the page myself.
Right.
But made things kind of disconnected because I didn't always have the right sizes and stuff like that. So it just kind of got weird. And then I moved into digital because product was, paper and stuff was kind of getting difficult to have a hold of all the time. And the stuff I wanted anyway. Big paper, when I finally started getting to where I could go to the local joint, like a Staples or something, and have my stuff scanned. That was getting expensive, and so yeah, there's just a lot of reasons to kind of move to digital.
Right.
And so I started doing that, and then I eventually used my iPad and started drawing on there, and then I was able to make enough money to where I could afford a tablet, and so it was a small one, and then I've upgraded, and now I've got a Ueon 24-inch one. But I'll probably, I don't know, when I make enough money, I'll move into a more professional one, I guess. Oh, I think this one's pretty darn professional. Works good for me. I don't have any problems with it. So I've actually got this poster that I got from your last campaign right
Yeah.
here. This is what I'm using for reference. So you
That's
see what he's wearing.
yeah, that's the Shelby Robertson cover for issue 1.
Yeah,
And
he did a
so,
great job.
I'll have a main cover which we'll do reprints with. But the covers like that are the variant covers, I never reproduce them after the campaign. So you're not going to find them printed again. And I've had a lot of people reach out about that cover, but I promised people I wouldn't reproduce it. So
That's nice for the backers.
I try to give the backers something special, something that you had to be there for the campaign to get. Yeah, and they're the same price as the regular covers, but you just had to be there in the initial funding period.
So, what inspired this character?
So, I've always wanted to create my own comic book ever since I was a little kid. So I'd always, kind of think of like ideas and stuff. And so there's this drink. It's not a good drink. It's called Chocolate Soldier, and I don't think they make it anymore. It's kind of like a YooHoo knockoff.
Yeah.
But on this little mascot was like a little British soldier character, and I always thought that costume would make a really cool superhero costume. Of course, it's been edited and modified, but it kind of started there, and then just I'd add ideas to it and take away ideas over the years.
It's pretty. So why Tin Soldier? Like why? What? It kind of inspired that.
So the name I just think has a really good ring to it. The Relentless Tin Soldier just kind of, I don't know, just kind of pops. But his power set's kind of like a Colossus based power set, an organic metal skin, enhanced strength, durability. But just the name just really kind of, to me, pops.
How does he get his powers?
So in issue 1, Coletta, the crime boss, hires a character named Geppetto, which is at one point was a renowned scientist, but he has an affinity towards toys of mass destruction. So Geppetto, he tries to create a living toy soldier as a weapon, but fortunately for the Tin Soldier, the Minneapolis Police Department is able to interfere and stop it from the process from being completing. So he gets powers, but he's not a mindless weapon.
Okay. So how long have you been a member of the police force?
I've got 18 years in law enforcement. So 9 I was working in a jail, and 9 on the streets.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of your stories in here?
No, it's. I try to make this,
Officially, no.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Dennis, Grey Wolf.
I'm working out these kind of folds in the costume now. As you can see, I've already got the kind of the body form underneath.
Right.
So I got
Hey, Dr. Mask.
doing this right here. This reminds me very much of Colossus.
Yeah. So, there is, similarities. The story is completely and totally different. But I think with any modern character, there's going to be some inspiration somewhere.
Yeah. Now you commissioned a Rob Liefeld cover, didn't you?
Yeah, that kind of fell through. Basically, I fired Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
But I paid him up front a pretty good amount of money. Luckily, his agent was really good. I got the refund. I got it all back. But I really do believe that Rob Liefeld had the best of intentions. I just think he's so busy that it was kind of a back burner project. And he missed a couple deadlines, and the amount of money that I paid was just too much for me to just leave out there in limbo.
Yeah.
And I kind of got scared because I had multiple people reaching out saying, "You're never going to get it. You're never going to get it." And so
I've heard that about Rob.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk bad about Rob, but
Yeah.
I just treated it like if he'd hired somebody and they missed deadlines, he'd have fired them too. So
Yep. Exactly. But no, I mean, I like Rob. I love his art. But no, I've definitely heard that.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of the big guys, he's more
And I
inclined
really
to just kind of let it slide.
I think he had the intentions of doing it. I think it just it wasn't a priority, and he was going to get to it when he got to it, which maybe been a year down the road or something. I don't know.
Who knows? But you needed it now, baby.
Yeah.
You're trying to make comics.
I do for issue 4. I do have a Bart Sears cover, so.
Oh, that's nice.
And I've already got it. It's already done. It's been colored.
5 buttons. 2, 3, 4. I guess I'm gonna have to do 6 buttons. Is that okay?
I'd just leave it there. He doesn't need a high one.
Okay.
And there's one thing that a lot of people miss. There's a little square offset to one side on his collar. A lot of people miss that.
Where's that? Which side?
Yeah, it'd be right there where your thing's at.
So square offset like this?
Yeah, just like a little folded piece of fabric, but it's on the collar itself.
Oh. I don't see that in any of the references.
Yeah, a lot of people miss it, and if you know. Yeah, he missed. Andrew missed it on that cover. Scroll down to the tick cover. You should be able. I think he's got it on there. Oh, the tick cover is an exclusive on Indiegogo.
Yeah, I don't see what it's supposed to look like.
Hey, Apex. And so it's kind of shaded in that spot where it's at, but it's just a little square. There's no detail or anything to it. It's just like a double folded piece of fabric or something.
Like up into it like this?
It's just the size of the collar, so it's basically 2 lines and just a little square.
Oh, okay. So like in here.
Yeah.
I always like to make sure that I make the characters as accurate as I can.
You know, Don Draws drew him. He was drawing them on his stream yesterday, and y'all just make it look so easy. Like, yeah, Dr. Mass, Bart Sears was so easy to work with. I talked to him. We set a deadline, and the day after the deadline, he had it to me already. So he was easy to work with. Yeah, Apex. Yeah, that pinup you did. I appreciate that. Hey, Levi.
Yeah, we got a few people watching today.
Yeah. But you know, like the Bart Sears cover, like I don't consider that as part of like my funding for the book. I consider that more of it's a vanity thing for me. So I don't try to recoup the cover money for, the artists like that.
That's a nice way to look at it.
Because it's something I would have got regardless of if it was going to be a cover or not. It's just awesome that it can be a cover. And, if the Rob thing had went through, I never recovered that. So
yeah, he's expensive.
He is, but he's worth it. The name alone.
And it just would have been fun to have his work on your stuff, right?
Yeah. I've got big plans. I've been making contacts with a lot of people, bigger names, and they showed some interest about doing covers and stuff for me. So, hey, Jolly Green. But I go to cons, and so since I started my own book, it's really changed my con experience. So I've always been somebody who went to cons to get sketches and stuff. And so now when I go, I get Tin Soldier sketches. So I've got, Don Bluth, who's a legendary animator, did a sketch for me. Jay Lee's done a sketch for me. Adam Hughes, Bob Hall, a bunch of these guys.
That's really cool. I've never really gone to cons to do all that. Normally when I go to cons, I'm there. Yeah,
so I'm wanting to start the con scene, but I wanted to get a few books out before I did because I didn't want to go and try to recoup money for the table for having one book. So I think once I print issue 3 and Kid Fury, I'm going to try to start doing a lot of the local cons and stuff.
Does he have a belt?
No.
Okay.
Not one you can see anyway.
I like doing fabric folds. They're fun.
Hold on, I'll get those sketches and show off some of them. Yeah, Dr. Mask, I've talked about sharing a booth with Starcross Comics, so that may be something I start doing. That's Adam Hughes. I don't know how well you can see it.
Let me see. I can do a little of that.
That's Don Bluth and Jay Lee. There's a couple pieces I had done. And that the female character is Bittersweet. It's a character my daughter created. That's this and Sal Voluto, who did a lot of stuff on Black Panther and Moon Knight. That's been done with his character Warrior Nun. This is Rob Broussard. This one here. This one here. He does a lot of our local cons. He's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
This is James Ngayen, who just joined Starcross with the Red Alpha or Alpha Red. That's Marat Michaels, the Do You Poo version of Tin Soldier.
Jolly Green, I'll answer that question about the book. My next book that I launch is going to be... Well, I'm on a lot of other people's books right now, but my next book will be Hybrids issue 10. And probably sometime in the next couple of months, I'll do some work on that. I'm currently working on sending people over to my website to become members, and you'll get all the content there. So people are actually going to get the books in digital, and then if you become a site member, you'll get a physical copy of the book for basically when it's done. I'll just ship it out to you. So I'm doing that.
So you're 10 issues in?
Yes, sir.
Have you done any collected editions?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them that are available right now over on Find My Comic, actually.
How do they collect all 10, or is it up to a certain number?
It's 9, all 9 right now. So there's the first 5 and then the second 4.
Okay. Has been running the website taken away from making the books?
Yeah, it has, but more than that, it's doing commissions for other people. So what was it? I think 2 years now. End of 2022, I started doing comic book art exclusively as my job.
Yeah.
And that has taken up most of the time, is finishing commissions,
right,
and stuff like that. So just like a regular day job would,
Yeah.
So except for my day job is hard to clock in and out. It's when the project's done, and then of course, Fund My Comic is taking a lot of my attention.
Right. What's up, Joe?
Rightfully so, it should, And it'll probably be that way for a little while anyway.
Oh, yeah. So I got a question for you on the coupon thing. How does that work? Like, what all can you do with the coupon thing? I know you can get.
Man, you can do so much. You can set it up for percentage off, or you can set it up for a dollar amount off. I have a couple of coupons that are kind of default in the system. One of them is ship with the number 2. It takes a flat $4 off each item that it's attached to kind of reduce shipping cost. So
would there be a way to set up a coupon that subtracts the shipping on each individual item after the first one?
Not yet. We don't have it that advanced yet. Right now, you can either take a dollar amount or a percentage off. You can only use one coupon code at a time, but it will apply to whatever reward has that coupon code attached to it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like if you have only 4 items where you want the shipping to be taken off and you charge, say, a flat $6 shipping on those items, you can use a code and we can make one specific for you where it will take $6 off any item that has that attached to it.
Okay.
So in essence, you could do that. If you're like, hey, if you're buying this book, these are add-ons. You have to be part of my mailing list to get the add-on coupon code. Right. So you could do that, but currently we're working on restrictions on coupon codes, so that, say, a coupon code won't be able to be used if there's not another item in the cart.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
if you had a coupon where you add the first one, and any additional thing you add to the cart would subtract a dollar amount for the shipping on each one.
Yeah, we're currently working on some more advanced features to the coupon codes. It just takes time and development,
and money.
Yeah, and it something like the coupon codes can get really tricky because it affects the cart. And so whenever we do something new with a coupon code, we have to debug for weeks, like probably 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we have all the bugs worked out.
What's up, Passmaster?
Welcome. Well, let's start the inking process. We've been at this for half an hour. Let's see if I can do the rest of this in an hour.
Y'all make it look so easy. It's crazy. I seen that, Passmaster, on your Twitter today.
What's going on? What do you see?
I was having some car troubles. We're waiting on parts.
Car troubles suck.
Yes.
I used to be a mechanic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Before I went into I was a mechanic, and then I went into retail management. I was able to use both of those skills at Advanced Auto Parts, where I worked for quite a while before I left that to go do ministry. Well, I did do a little traveling and did music and stuff.
Yeah. On the little square, on the little thing on his collar, it should have a bottom, so it should be full square.
Okay.
How long were you a minister?
Well, I did a youth ministry for, many years before I went into being a lead pastor. So I was a lead pastor for 9 years. Before that, I was in youth ministry, and I was vocational youth ministry from, let me see, 2012, 2010. Yeah, 2010, I think, is when I went full-time into ministry. Prior to that, I was just volunteer, and I worked a day job.
Right.
I liked ministry so much better when I was doing that.
Do you do any volunteer now with it, or?
I play on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I'll run sound and then play my, now that I can play again,
Right.
I'll play my dulcimer. And last week, I learned a few songs on the lap steel guitar. And so I learned 2 songs. So I can do 2 songs on the lap steel now. We'll try to learn some more this week. Do you play anything?
No, I can't even carry a tune in a bucket. I wish I could, but no.
Yeah, I'd played for many years. In fact, that's actually what got me into doing, down to Florida to be the lead pastor. Was I was actually hired as the music and youth pastor. I've always wanted to draw comic books for a living. Like that was kind of always a dream of mine. So it was nice that it was something that I was actually able to do.
Yeah, I would love to be able to draw my own stuff, but it takes so much time and patience to learn, and I just don't have the patience or the time. I can draw a little bit, but not enough that I'd try to sell it to anybody. But I think most comic book writers wanted to be an artist at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I think the art, that's what gets us hooked on the comics to begin with.
Yeah, there's the whole debate, but I think the art draws you in and the story keeps you.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
And they need each other.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's like, it's like the chicken or the egg or any of that kind of
right.
baloney. It's let's be honest, you need both.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect marriage.
Yeah.
And it's fine to like both. And to have high standards too for both.
Yes. Yeah. That's my thing. I try to improve with each book I do. I try to make the next one better than the last one.
Well, if you're not improving,
right,
you're not growing as an artist or a creative person.
So you do mostly commission stuff now? How many commissions can you do a week?
Well, sequential pages, I'm up to about 10 to 12 a week, if that's all I'm working on. If I'm working on covers take me a little bit longer. I can probably knock out 2 or 3 covers a week. Depending on the detail and how many characters are in there. But I mean, all my days spent right here in this chair. I actually need to get out and move some more.
Yeah, you've got to make time to exercise. I know I need to increase my exercising.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gaining weight, which is funny. Like my weight is maintained, but my gut's getting soft because all I do is sit here in this chair working.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, I need to get out there and work and move.
Pastmaster said you should check out Olive Leaf.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
Don't like that line. So how did you meet Joe over there at Starcross?
I can't remember. I think he reached out to me, just said something about liking the book and stuff, and we talked for a little bit. And I asked him if he'd be interested in publishing for me, and he was interested, and we published through Starcross.
That's cool. Yeah, Joe's the reason why I'm still in the game, actually.
Yeah, he's helped me out quite a bit. He does the print files and stuff for me. Kind of does the trade dress for the covers and stuff. So he's definitely been a big help.
I was actually ready to walk away from comics. The drama. I don't like the drama.
Oh yeah, I try to stay away from it. Every now and then your name's mentioned in it, but it's just.
Yeah, well, I had some grifters that I was dealing with at the time, and I was busy with the church, and I said I'm just gonna opt out of doing comics. And Joe contacted me, said, "Hey, I like this hybrids thing you're doing."
Mm-hmm.
And so talked me into keeping it up.
That's good. Fastmaster says olive leaf helps with blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Joe's definitely got a desire to help people, and he's trying to do everything he can to make Starcross successful. So
yeah, he's a good guy. I didn't leave Starcross because of him.
Oh, I know why he left.
It was very tough for me to make that decision.
Yeah. But we've got some pretty good books. Pillowman and Blanket Boy's got a sign-up sheet coming out, and I think he's on his 3rd issue. Alpha Red's a good book. We've got a crossover coming out. It's called Biblical Proportions.
Yep, I got some characters in there.
Jolly Green, that's Joe Spicer. He's the publisher of Starcross. He's on Twitter. You can probably reach out to him. He's on Facebook too.
Joe's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that gives you hope that not everybody in the comics business is a narcissistic loser.
Right.
Because there's plenty of those.
There is that.
All I want to do is draw comic books.
Yeah, anybody that follows me can tell that I'm just here for comics. So
I just love comics. I do miss, how comics used to be, where you could be go get a job in a bullpen and learn from the greats,
I think that would be such a cool environment.
I would love
just like
that.
the studios, the Image studios, that would have been so cool.
Just to be there and learn and build off that energy. And
mm-hmm.
it makes me sad that those days are gone and that it's all online and stuff.
Yeah, all from home.
Yeah. So I tried my best to kind of get enough people around me that know what they're doing so I can learn from them. Pick their brains.
And that's kind of the good thing. Like, you've got Arrow, you're with Arrow Comics, I'm with Starcross Comics. It gives you a group of people to talk to, and it's not all the Twitter stuff, and it's more about comics and stuff when you talk to those guys. So
yep. I gotta figure out what's running in the background that's causing my computer to go glitchy. Let's see. So we've lost background music. What caused that? It's always something, with these things.
So that's a good thing about me being with Starcross and having Joe help me. I'm not a technical guy at all, so
Yeah, that stopped playing. So sometimes I have to do this. I have to free up some memory.
so you draw straight onto the tablet. Is what's showing your screen? Is
Yeah,
it connected to the tablet?
yeah. This is just my screen, my drawing screen.
Jolly Green, if he lets me use it for something, I'll definitely use it for
Oh
something.
yeah, this is you. That's kind of the point of these. You can use them for whatever you want.
Maybe a Fun My Comic exclusive uh, stretch goal or a perk or something, or a add on.
I miss my music. I like my chill out music. I can't play my other music. Have to have one of these royalty free things.
Right.
Refresh that page. Oh,
There you go.
there's back. Very nice. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
So how long have you actually been making comics?
I started making comics. Let me see. I started kind of messing around with them in the 90s. But I got really serious about them. Really, 2015 is when I got real serious about it.
Yeah.
But I had made a couple of comics. Like 2000, 2002. And then again, 2005, 2006. I wasn't very consistent with it. I would do something and then I would go back to real life. So
Yeah.
it was just like the occasional project that I would work on, but nothing consistent. But it was 2015 when I really started just making comics and
It's hard to
publishing
be
them.
consistent. They're expensive to make.
Yep.
And so like I'm trying to release a book a year just to keep I'm always that way I always have something to promote and kind of get out there. So I released Tin Soldier 1 and 21, Tin Soldier 2 and 22. And I missed 23 because I was originally going to do Kid Fury, but the art took a while. So that's the reason both books are in this campaign. In 23.
Here's where we're gonna have a little fun with this. So I've kind of got the facial, whatever words hard. That's why I draw pictures. I've already got the facial features. Now I'm gonna kind of make him look metal. We're gonna do some metal effects. Make him shiny.
So what are some of your other books other than the hybrids?
I've got a couple of stories that I'm working on. I don't draw all of them, believe it or not. I'll hire other people at times. Hybrids is my main one, though. That's the one that most
Right.
people know because it's kind of my baby. But I work on Chrome Dog. I really like working on Chrome Dog. That's one of my favorite characters that I've ever designed.
Yeah.
He's fun. I got a book called Eighth Day that I'm working on. I've got one called The Runner that I draw and I have someone else write. I plot it out and then I have someone else script it.
Yeah,
I
so
like
with
that one a lot.
Tin Soldier, I've written every issue of Tin Soldier. Now in Kid Fury, I gave Evan David a story, so it's my story, and I had him script it for me.
So I guess the shadow's going to be on this side of his face.
Just the way it worked for you.
That's how it worked out for me. That is basically my process sometimes when I'm doing this. I'm like, well, I guess light source is coming from there.
So it kind of works that way with writing for me too. So like, I've got an overall goal for each arc that I want to do, but sometimes when I write one issue, it kind of changes the way I want to do the next issue just because, in the process of creating it, it kind of changes and takes form. Do you miss having traditional art to sell?
I do.
Or so you sold just instead of hanging on to it?
Yeah, I still got all my stuff over here. Like I just set it up to where I can actually do traditional art on a live stream if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do like having it to sell. That's super useful.
Yeah. So Jolly Green, for me, the process of finding an artist, the first two artists I found on a Facebook group called Connecting Comic Book Artists and Writers or something like that, for issues 1 and 2. Of course, with issue 3, is Mike McMahon, which I found through our space over here. So yeah, there's a Facebook group, and I think it's Connecting Artists and Comic Book Writers or something like that. And I found both the guys on there. There's always somebody looking for work.
Yeah, always.
And that's one thing. I'm a pretty small creator, but I've been able to employ so many people. If you just look through all my stuff, I've been able to give so many people a job. Let me grab my phone. I'll show Jolly Green that Facebook group I used to find the artist. I don't know if you can see it. Well, it's called Connecting Comic Book Writers and Artists. It's just a Facebook group.
So what was the comic book that started off the love affair?
So when I was in school at Christmas time, one of my teachers gave me some DC comics. That was the I've actually got the trade of those comics. Let me grab that. So when I was in school, I can't remember what grade it was. My teacher, as a Christmas present, she brought presents for all the kids. Brought me some comics that were part of the DC Underworld Unleashed, and it's been so long since I've read these comics. But they were all from this series, and those are the first comics I remember having, and
Very cool.
just kind of, and so I picked up the trade, but just kind of fell in love with comics then. Jolly Green, make sure they're reliable. Try to, whenever you go to that Facebook group, you click on their profile. Try to go to their Facebook and see where they've, how much work they've produced, and if they've, have consistent work they've produced, and just try to find somebody that's done consistent work and like a profile that looks legitimate.
And you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you do. The Facebook group was called Connecting Comic Book Writers and Artists. But yeah, you have to do your research when you're hiring somebody. Just like I said, go to their personal profile, because sometimes somebody will post in there and then you go to the profile and there's nothing on their profile at all, and it's so kind of stay away from those. I stay away from those people. But you'll find ones that have they've got a lot of work to show.
I spent a lot of time on that.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a lot of time on that face.
It looks good though.
Okay, we gotta start moving a little faster here.
No problem, Dennis. But it's been, I just recently picked up this trade again. I was a little kid last time I read this, so I don't remember how good it actually is.
For me, it was Secret Wars #4.
Yeah,
I can narrow it down to the actual issue.
I'm trying to see when this
Just
came
fell
out.
in love with it.
So I remember there was this, and then the DC Marvel crossover was shortly after that. So, and me and Joe had a conversation the other day, and of course he's wrong about Hulk. Superman would mop the floor with Hulk. So.
I don't know. I might be with Joe on that one.
Oh, I gotta go.
It is what it is.
And as far as like people asking about finding artists and stuff, always take your shot. Like I go to cons. I found cover artists at cons. I went to Dallas Fan Expo this last year, and it's where I met Andrew Mangum, and he had some covers he'd done for Snowman and for U.S. Assassin, and we got to talking, and that's how I hired him as a cover artist.
A lot of people are working at go to cons to pick up commissions and show off their portfolios.
Mm-hmm. And it gives you a chance to kind of meet that person in person and get to know them a little bit, and you get to look at their work and see what they're capable of, and so Joe with that Hulk crap again. I'm pretty sure in the Marvel DC crossover Superman won, so it's official, it's canon.
I'm trying to speed up my rendering a little bit here. And make sure I get it done. If I were doing this for a cover, I'd probably spend a couple days on it.
Yeah. So y'all have anything with Arrow Comics coming out anytime soon? Anything
Uh,
new, exciting?
yeah, we've got a new thing that we're working on that we really can't talk about yet because we're not quite ready
Yeah.
to unveil that. But it's very new. It's very out of the box kind of thinking, and so we're excited about it. But
Right.
so we're working on that. We've got a new book called Allison Chains that is coming out from Randy Zimmerman. We've got Russ Leach and Randy are working on a new book that's coming out in March. It's gonna be very popular. It's a fantasy book. Oh, what's the name of that again? I can't remember the name of it. That's my COVID brain. Can't remember the names of anything.
Yeah. I agree, Victor. It's looking great. So when you go to design a character, what's your process? How do you I don't know, how do you come up with your ideas for designing?
Well, I take whatever if I'm working for a client, I take whatever the prompt is.
Right.
They usually have an idea. If I'm doing it for me, process changes completely. I start with the body type, and then I'll start with like a pose, and then I'll work from there, and just kind of. It sounds funny, but I almost kind of let the character come out for me. You know, I kind of speak for itself. You know, like if I were to draw, I would draw a pose like this, because I know like what I'm gonna write, like what kind of character, what kind of personality they're gonna have, and stuff like that. And then I just start working from there on getting them. So with Chrome Dog, which was somebody else's character and not my own, I took the prompt, and then I just started working from there. Started out with I normally start out with just like a T-pose for those, though. And it was one of those things where I just started putting the elements together, you know, and as you're doing that, you can come up with some neat stuff.
Yeah.
Let the imagination start flowing. It's very much like being a kid. You know, like, oh, this would be cool. What if this was,
right?
You know. So I just channel that kid energy. You know.
Yeah. Charlie Green asked if you're the owner of Arrow Comics.
No, I'm not. I'm just a guy that has books there. I try to do a lot of work for everyone on Arrow Comics. You know, Rising Tide and all that stuff.
Right.
But I'm just a guy.
So who's is it Randy that runs Arrow Comics?
Yeah, Randy's the head honcho, technically. He won't say that he is, but
right.
But he is the steward of that.
So I know with Starcross Comics, they've been publishing for over 20 years. How long has Arrow been doing it?
Since 1983.
Joe might be able to mention the actual date they started, but
Yep, 1983. I was 3 years old.
I wasn't born yet. I'm really happy with the design I did with Tin Soldier. I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat character. Big muscles. Now, let's see what we got so far here. We're moving faster now.
Joe, when did Starcross Comics first start publishing? '98. Kinko's copy machines. So, what are some of your favorite characters, Luke?
Well, Hulk. The one that got me started. And then, obviously, a few of mine.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I love, Trash Man's always a favorite. Bone's probably well, he's the one that kind of started off the hybrid universe for me.
Mm-hmm.
He was, kind of the character that I really connected with when I first started kind of designing those characters, and I was actually going to tell the story through his eyes. But then as I got older, Bone stayed the same age, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I started connecting. You know, I guess a little piece of me was in some of the other characters, and that's when I decided I needed to tell it from a different perspective, and not just kind of this one kid. I appreciate the simple design for this character.
To me, he's kind of like he could fit in like with like the Justice Society or right in the middle of a '90s comic. So it's kind of
Yeah, what I like about it is that you can go simple, or you could really render the crap out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm having trouble deciding which one I want to do.
Like when Shelby draws him, he would fit right in the middle of a Image comic, early '90s Image comic.
Yeah.
Or you could draw it more simple and he'd fit right in with the Justice Society. So, you know, I've listened to artists talk about like creating characters that are easy to draw because you're going to draw them over and over and over again. And you know, like Jack of Hearts for Marvel. Could you imagine having to draw him every issue?
Hello, Chrome Dog. I screwed up so bad. I did not think I was going to be drawing that book.
Oh, you're trying to screw somebody else over.
Yeah, pretty much. Have as much fun as I want, right?
Right.
And then he was like, you want to draw this book? Like, yeah, I kind of do. Yeah, kind of do. So, that one backfired on me.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
Dennis says Spider-Man must be a pain to draw. You think Spider-Man would be difficult?
Probably a little bit. I do like Spider-Man. Like, he was my favorite character growing up.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed
I
reading
was never a
Spider-Man books.
never a Spider-Man guy.
I read all the Spider-Man comic books.
Yeah. So like when I first got started, I was kind of an X-Men guy, Wolverine, Gambit. Then I got into
definitely Gambit.
Image. My favorite indie characters are Spawn, She, of course, Tin Soldier. And then my favorite character of all time, Superman. And then I like Green Lantern and Daredevil.
Oh yeah, I've liked Daredevil for many years. Got into the X-Men in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Gambit was like the best character.
He's such a unique character, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Colossus was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I like Archangel.
Oh yeah, definitely. I drew him all the time.
What's up, Pedro?
Just for funsies.
Now, are you a bigger fan of Angel or Archangel?
Archangel.
Yeah. I like the story behind Archangel better, but I think I like the look of Angel when he had the blue costume with the white and the Halo logo.
Yeah, I hated that one.
I like the big feather wings.
Of course, back then I would have drawn any character.
Yeah.
For Marvel if they'd have let me. Now there's not a chance that I would want to work on any of those characters.
Like I wouldn't, not that they'd offer me a job or anything, but I don't think I'd have the desire to write for them either.
Yeah, no one's offering me any jobs. I voted wrong.
Pedro uploaded an intro.
Sweet.
Something y'all are working on.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot I wasn't allowed to have my own opinions. And some lines on these pants.
What intro was Pedro talking about?
Nerd Bacon.
Okay.
Something new since we've hit our 100 episodes.
We've got Chuck Dixon on tomorrow, right?
We do. We got Chuck in the morning. Looking forward to that. Punisher was always one of my favorites. And then, kind of him and Mike Barron, what they did with that character was masterful.
Yeah, Punisher's a great character. I like Chuck Dixon on Robin. The Kid Fury cover is a Robin 1 homage cover.
Yeah.
Tom Grummett cover. Hey, I love that. It looks like an S, like Superman S. Nightwing, yes, absolutely.
What I love about drawing in general is that it's just a collection of shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken so much inspiration from all of these various different artists. Like one of the things that I really like about like Todd McFarlane is I would watch him do these quick things. And it looked like he was scribbling. And the next thing I know, like, hey, here's a whole, like, there's a picture. And it just...
I was watching a professional yesterday, and they were talking about artists that maybe not as popular, and they were talking about Tony Salmons. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. But you can tell that Todd McFarlane got a lot from him, his poses and stuff.
I hope to one day be working and drawing at the caliber that those guys do.
Yeah. Who are some artists you take a lot of inspiration from?
Mike Zeck, Graham Nolan, Buscema.
Yeah. On issue 1, Graham Nolan did a head sketch of Tin Soldier. He let me use his back cover. I want to get a full commission from Graham Nolan at some point.
I've contacted him about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll get one eventually. It's not in the cards right now.
Yeah. Do you have some like dream cover artists that you'd like to have for your book?
Yeah. Kelsey.
Yeah. He colored the Bart Sears cover for me.
Yeah, he's amazing. I like his work a lot. Let's see who else. You know, it'd be nice to have a Campbell cover.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Yes.
Dale Keown cover. I'd love to see him draw Trash Man. Give him like a big Hulk pose.
Yeah.
That'd be a dream come true. I guess I could just reach out and say, hey, how much? Right now, all the money's kind of tied up in fund my comic.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And trying to provide for a family.
So when I do my campaigns, I try to do 3 covers, and I make them all available at the same price. Of course, 2 of them will be campaign exclusive covers, but I always try to get one, and this for me. Like for issue 4, it's gonna be the Bart Sears cover. That's for me. I paid for that because I wanted it, not because I'm gonna make money off of it. So I would love to get like a Will's Pistachio cover. There's a bunch of guys. Rick Leonardi, I'd like to get him. You said, where you at on issue 10?
Yeah, issue 10.
Is it done or is it
No.
ready for funding or?
No, not yet. It'll take me about 2 weeks to draw it. The layouts are done already.
Okay.
Yeah, that book doesn't take me long. I've been drawing these characters for so long, I can draw them in my sleep. It's just finding the time to get it done.
Yeah. Do you color your own work, or do you have somebody that you use?
I hire people to do that. I can. I just don't think that I work at the caliber, at a professional caliber. So
Yeah.
I don't do it.
So I really enjoyed, like a lot of people don't, but I really enjoyed the early 90s coloring. Like I know everybody loves digital coloring now, but there's something about those colors. Jolly Green asked, out of the CG creators, who do you think is the most marketable cover artist?
Most marketable?
Yeah. I think, EVS has got such a big following.
Yeah. EVS, Dale Keown.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I think, I think Aaron Lepresti's covers
I think
do okay.
Aaron is a really good artist. He's a really good artist. But I liked his work in Sludge. I've been following him since then.
Yeah, his covers do okay.
Now, she's my favorite character in our space. I can tell you that.
Who is?
She, Billy Tucci. She.
Oh, okay.
Other than Tin Soldier, she's second. Yeah, Dennis, the classic newsprint coloring was cool. I really like Graham's. Graham would be a really cool cover artist. But as far as marketable, like I said, EVS has got such a huge following.
Yeah. His stuff would sell the best. I mean, clearly, we've seen that happen. That his covers do well.
Yeah.
All right.
With Graham's style, I think would lend pretty well to a Tin Soldier cover.
Yeah. So would Lepresti's.
Mm-hmm.
Some people seem to not like Kelsey anymore. But I still like his work, so I don't give.
Yeah,
I don't.
I can't keep up with who doesn't like who anymore, so I don't even bother.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Somebody else's beef with somebody's not my beef with somebody, so.
All right, what am I going to do here? I think I have some things to speed this up a little bit. I have some interesting tools. I think I have a fun rubble. See, I have the small stones. That'll speed things up a little bit.
Pedro, have you seen Kelsey's colors on my Bart Sears cover on Twitter?
I like Art T. Bear too.
Yeah. He's about to fulfill black and white. That's pretty cool. I can just throw the rubble in like that.
Yeah. Too much. Too much.
Yeah, Pedro, you did that. What's the name of the book you did with them? The supplemental. What's up, Rex? Rex has got Double Flyer on Fun My Comic.
Yep. Look at
I
that.
think it's either
that
funded or like 5% from funding.
Yeah, he's close.
Yeah.
He's real close.
Black White Octane, that's right. Rex, I always like to see the people who are out here promoting people fund their stuff.
Yeah.
Levi says he's 97% funded, so probably one more backer and he'll be funded.
Yeah. So close. So close to done. Look how it's definitely coming along, isn't it?
It is, definitely. Y'all have anything on Fund My Comic that you're working on? Any new features or anything?
Yeah, we're gonna be adding in collaborators soon.
Okay.
So that you can invite other users to collaborate with you.
Like on the campaign, you can bring them on to kind of help with it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rex says you need to set up time to go on his show to help promote your stuff.
Yeah, we've got Terminal Kill over there on Fund My Comic right now. Pardon me. Terminal Kill just funded
Good.
on Kickstarter. The creator of that book wanted to run Kickstarter. He's into movies. He does movies and stuff.
Okay.
And so he had connections over there. And
yeah.
It made $10K.
Jeez.
He needs to make a lot more than that to make the money back he paid me. No joke there.
So luckily for me, I'm still looking at it more as a hobby than a career. So if I don't make it all back, on the campaigns, I kind of that's. I mean, of course, I want to make it all back, but to me, it's a hobby right now, so it's not a career. But it's something that I've created, something that I'll have that I can continue to sell. So those issues I can sell on the next campaign and the next campaign, and build up a backlog and start doing conventions and try to make some money there. And hey, Ice.
All right, I want to do. I need to make that one smaller.
What's up, Dillard? The Rex Flyer cover artist.
What's up, Dillard?
Devil Flyer.
He's also the artist for Rift Riders.
Yep.
Another one of my properties.
And the Buckler, that was his book, right, Buckler?
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get to color this piece now.
Man, there's a lot of good colorists out there.
Oh yeah.
Eric Hodson, I've been hiring him a lot lately.
Have you?
Yeah.
Might have to reach out to him.
Yeah, I just did a cover for someone and sent them to Eric.
Okay.
He's
Is he
been
pretty
doing,
quick?
He's good. He's good. He can be quick, but he gets busy.
Yeah.
He gets piled up sometimes.
Right.
All right, we're gonna get rid of that. Blue line that so I can.
Belmont Press, what's up?
Shut Belmont. I've got several different tricks to help kind of add texture and stuff to a piece, and also do it fast.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
pretty
used
cool
to have
watching.
to actually, like I actually used to have to take a dry brush and just scuff the ink across the page to get this.
Mm-hmm.
Took forever, and you had to be really careful about the detail. You know,
Jolly Green wants to know some other good colorists.
well, I like Patrick, who does all of my stuff. Edgar Tavitas is pretty good. Sometimes he's hit or miss for me though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he'll nail it. Then other times it's just, yeah, it's meh. It's okay. Like I feel like maybe I'm not his priority on some stuff.
And that's the thing, and not to call anybody out. Sometimes you hire somebody and you can tell they phoned it in, you know.
Yeah.
And that's with some pencils, inks. It's with everything. So that's cool. You just drop your signature into it.
Yep. I don't know. I think it's done.
Looks awesome.
Relentless Tin Soldier. Nope, it's not done. I need to it's okay, we'll take a couple extra minutes here.
Do you ever actually finish a piece, or do you just have to find a stopping point where you're happy with it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm never really done.
I think most artists are like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to get to a point to where it's done enough.
Yeah. What's been
This
y'all's
arm should
most
be.
successful campaign on Fun My Comic?
Oh, so far it's been Reenie.
How much is it
Fiendish
funded?
2.5. Almost 30,000.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Have y'all been seeing more and more creators come over?
We have, yeah. And it's getting to be crowdfunding season.
Yeah. Y'all have any? You don't have to mention the name or anything. Y'all have any big campaigns coming over that y'all got scheduled?
Not yet. Like we have a couple that are supposed to fund this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan says he was bringing links over, so that'll probably be the biggest one.
The thing with that is, if he does, that'll have a lot of people come over and make accounts. So they'll be more willing to back on another platform.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
That's what we're kind of hoping for some of these. That people might just be more willing to come.
Once you've created an account and backed a book on a platform, you're more willing to back something else.
Yep.
On that platform, it seems like.
Especially when they find out how easy it is.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm.
And this might be really cool for a back cover for the book because when I do my first prints, I always do like a back cover sketch. Just like on issue 1, I had Graham Nolan on the back cover. Issue 2, I had JC for Bull. This would look really good as a back cover.
Well, you can use it however you like. The hope is that it will help bring some more eyes to your project, and you can get a backer or two.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let me get that campaign brought back up here. As you can see, I wanted to render more over here, and
I'm happy with it.
I moved on, and then I forgot to come back until I looked at the whole thing.
Yeah, Jolly Green says Rainey was the reason he first signed up. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing is when somebody you really want to back comes over.
Yeah, we're trying to. We're doing the promotion the first 30 days. Like if you run at least for the first 30 days exclusive,
right?
Then it's 2% platform fee.
Yeah.
We're keeping that promotion going for now. We don't know how long we're going to keep it going, but I like the idea of it.
Oh yeah, especially if you can bring somebody big over, that saves them a lot of money too. Save them 3% of their total.
Yeah, I mean we don't need a lot to run what we're doing. Okay. I'm way happier with that. That's what I wanted. Yep.
Looks good.
He looks shiny.
Great. Yeah.
Let's make him look a little shinier. Shiny spots. I think I'm going to knock some of those out, though. All right, I got to be done. Because if I don't, I'm going to keep drawing all day.
Right.
Sometimes I just need to go in and just add a little bit of a hard shadow. All right. Okay. I promise I'm done now. There we go. Relentless Tin Soldier.
Awesome.
Guys, he's relentless. He never gives up. You can't get him to quit. He is live right now over on Fund My Comic.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the first 3 issues plus Kid Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and pop that.
There's a catch-up tier to get it comes with the first 2 issues too.
There you go. Guys, check that out. If you backed it, let us know. You can flip Nick the bird and we'll make the bird dance. He said I had 5 backers when we started. Let's see how many we got now. Six backers. Someone did
Awesome.
flip you the bird.
Awesome.
So you know what that means. We gotta make the bird dance. There you go. Sweet action.
Thank you, Levi. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Levi. We really do.
Yes.
All right. And I'll get you a high-res copy of this image so that we can, so you can do with it whatever you would like.
I appreciate it. I'll definitely use it for something.
Relentless Tin Soldier. Cool character.
Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. That's pretty good stuff. Guys, don't forget, check out fundmycomic.com, starcrosscomics.com, aircomics.store, and other things. Check it all out. Tomorrow morning we got Chuck Dixon on the show. It's gonna be a good time. Nerd Bacon, 9 a.m. Eastern. We will be asking tons of questions of this guy, finding out about life in the industry over the years, finding out about his favorite characters, some of his favorite stories, some of his biggest challenges in life in comics. So don't miss that one. It should be a good time. And we will see you guys. We'll see you guys later. We're going to go ahead and play us out with a little commercial. And then we're going to hit the road, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you. Feel free to stick around for just a second afterwards, Nick. And I'll say goodbye to you personally.